Alright everyone, hello and welcome back. I'm Nerbomatic, and in this video today we are going to be doing some more Final Fantasy XIV. Today we are going to be doing some more Squadron Command missions. Oh, didn't collect my reward from the last one. Another Squadron Command mission, and we are going to be doing the dungeon Sohm. This is a Heavensward dungeon, level 53. And I've been working pretty hard at leveling up my squadron mates here. But today we're going to be taking Elise, the Gladiator, Rivienne, the Conjurer, and Celia, Thaumaturge. Yeah, we've been doing quite a bit of Sohm, or I've been doing quite a bit of Sohm here. And I decided for this video that I wanted to play my Dragoon, which I have not really played since I was working my way at leveling into Shadowbringers. Whenever the last time I was playing, I was probably close to a year ago, so it's definitely a lot to get reacquainted with. But Dragoon is fairly straightforward. Yeah, there's a few buttons to press, but it mostly makes sense. Here's the most difficult part, which is the same for any job, is trying to decide when the best time to use your damage cooldowns, or otherwise long cooldown abilities. So in this part of Sohm, you want to make sure you target these Drake Spurs. These things are pretty high priority. They'll keep spitting out these exploding, what are they, pollen clusters, like that one there. If you approach them, they'll poison you. So Dragoons are not really known for their area of effect abilities. Pretty much have what was that? Dragonfire Dive and Doom Spike. Of course, our single target damage is very good. Overall, Dragoon does very well, though, so as long as you're pressing your combo buttons in the right order and making sure to use your damage cooldowns pretty much when available, you'll be fine. Yeah, I am hitting all three of them with my Doom Spikes. I don't know if that's the most productive use of my time. I feel like it is not. I probably could have used Battle Litany at some point in one of these early pulls. Battle Litany is a group-wide critical hit rate increase. Lasts for 15 seconds. Definitely very, very useful. I feel like it's really worth it to do Doom Spike spam on the single target in this instance. It'd probably be more efficient if I wasn't attacking a different target than my teammates, but and after this fight here, we'll be approaching the first boss. And cooldowns are a little bit off, but that's okay. I think we can more or less jump into it. So this boss will occasionally summon in these Dravanian hornets, and they'll slowly work their way towards the boss. Occasionally the boss will turn and stun you and do that area of effect ability. Now when the hornets get close to Raskovnik, they will devour them, and it will give them a damage increase buff that I believe lasts for the entirety of the fight. I'll also do this spit attack that is pretty much unavoidable as far as I'm aware. But other than that, there's not really a strong threat here. And that's them. First boss dealt with. Pretty simple. I imagine at some point in the game's history that fight was designed in such a way that you really had to deal with the Hornet threat for the stacking damage increase, but in pretty much all the time that I've played Final Fantasy, you didn't really have to worry about the mechanics on that fight. Just avoid getting hit by the avoidable area of effect attacks, and otherwise just continue doing your normal DPS rotation. So in this next fight here, while we're attacking those, not sure what they are, Dravanians, Sacred Drakes, another dragon up in the sky will be shooting fireballs down at us. Like so. And wherever those land, there'll be a patch of fire that we won't be able to avoid. Or that we can avoid, but it won't go away. And now the boss... It's not a boss, but it's like a mini fight. They'll land, and they will take off before we can kill them. And we will have to deal with them again later in the dungeon. And they took off right after I used my little damage increase ability, that's fine. And then we'll have another similar situation coming up here shortly after this fight. It's just a simple 2 enemy fight here. Nothing special here. I'm going to grab this chest just for so I can turn in the items for some more company seals, because it does cost seals to do these missions. Alright, yeah, and this blue dragon will shoot these ice spikes, and if you don't kill these, they'll continue summoning other enemies into the arena. So, I want to eliminate those wherever possible. Okay. I've definitely had cleaner runs at this. That wasn't... I must have missed my combo at some point there. Yeah, I probably could have stunned that, but it doesn't really matter. They're going to take off, yeah. And so we will be seeing that ice dragon, that fire dragon again later. Coming up fairly soon. Not quite yet, though. I've got my cooldowns in all kind of disorder for the upcoming boss fight. Now, this next boss fight coming up was actually very tricky. Trying to learn how to do it with squadron mates because they don't react appropriately to the mechanic. The main mechanic is at a couple different points in the fight, this boss will summon some kind of like slime things that they'll use to attack us with. And one of them in particular has to be dealt with very quickly, otherwise it will do a tremendous amount of area effect damage to the entire group. And with the way that the squadron AI reacts to things, it's pretty much unrecoverable if you don't deal with it. So here are these slimes. The boss will occasionally use the different colored slimes to attack us. When they use a blue slime, it will put a damaging attack on one person, in this case me. Now, with the normal group, I would want to move away from my teammates. I want to take that damage all by myself. These red ones, you want to get close to your teammates, and it will spread out the damage to everyone nearby. Yeah, normally with the blue ones, I would want to move away from everybody else, but it doesn't really matter that much in this situation. Alright, now this one, we have this Chime of the Mountain, and we really have to focus this thing down quickly. And every time that I've failed to do that with the squadron, it's pretty much an instant fail. You'll die and go back to the starting area, and you'll have to... Whoop, missed my combo. You have to run all the way back up here and do it again. So, yep, not too much of a problem, but doing it with the squadron, you definitely have to make sure that you're using the engage command here to have your squadron mates attack that target. I think you probably can do enough damage to it by yourself to not have to worry about that, but I don't know, I've lost that fight enough times that I think it's worth it to just send the squadron on the Chime of the Mountain. So a couple more basic fights here, but pretty soon here we will be seeing those other dragons that were attacking us. I think we've got 3 or 4 fights along the way before we run into them again. It'll be kind of similar to before, where they'll be attacking us while we're fighting a group of enemies. The main difference being we'll be fighting a larger dragon while we're getting attacked. So right after this one dies, there'll be another dragon showing up at the top of those stairs there. There they are. Maybe I should have saved some off-level cooldowns for the ice boulders. Whoop. We'll be seeing the ice boulders again while we're fighting this dragon. There's one, for example. Okay, that was pretty easily dealt with. Oh, there it is. So same thing, some fire patches on the ground. So we're fighting both of them at the same time. They're pretty simple. They're already wounded from our previous encounter. At least that's the way I interpret it. Alright, and that's them dealt with. All that's left is to take care of Chime, the mate of Nidhogg, who's kind of the main antagonist of Heavensward, the Heavensward expansion. It's a little more complex than that, but it's more or less the way the story plays out. So once we get into this arena here, Chime will show up. Now, we'll have kind of a couple different phases to get through, but at some point in time, the wings of Chime will be targetable, and we'll have to destroy both of those. That's a situation where we'll need to make sure that our squadron mates are engaging those wings. I don't recall exactly what happens if you fail to deal with those mechanics properly, but it's definitely a situation we want to avoid if we can. But for now, we're just avoiding some of these area of effect attacks. Now this comet is an ability, it's going to put a green, yeah, there, rock above my head. I just want to move away from the group, and when that disappears, I need to move away from it. Pretty simple. Alright, pretty soon they're going to be going into the wing phase. I'm going to try to save my cooldowns for that. Oh, another comet. Interesting. Okay. Alright, now is the wing phase. Alright. Get the teammates attacking there. Alright, other wing. There we go. Wings dealt with. Go ahead and limit break now. Just about got it. I think there'll be another comet phase. Yeah. That, but we can pretty much avoid it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so yeah, that was the dungeon Sohm all with the Squadron Command, or sorry, the Squadron Command Mission Sohm all with my squadron mates. They're not very good at managing the mechanics, but it is very much doable. It did take quite a bit of trial and error to figure out how to manage the mechanics, but definitely commanding your teammates on what to do from one moment to the next is a very important part of succeeding in that endeavor. But alright, yeah, that's going to do it for the video, so thanks everyone for watching. I will be getting more of these squadron missions out onto the channel as soon as I can. Also, I'm planning on doing some more kind of in-depth gameplay stuff. I'm actually thinking of starting an entire playthrough with a new character, but we'll wait and see where the future takes us on that. But all right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll come and see me again soon. All right, y'all, take care. Bye!